figure of Kenya shillings 2,067,291,714 that was observed by the auditor was for the gross pay in the year under review. The auditor in his review did not consider employer contribution to government pension schemes and NSSF of Kenya shillings 89,563,331 and Kenya shillings 4,459,600 respectively, which though are not part of gross pay, form part of compensation to employees. The Department of Health also paid Kenya shillings 33,274,518 as compensation to community health volunteers, CHVs, which was included in the Kenya shillings 2,194,589,162 that was reported in the financial statements. Supporting documents together with the reconciliation in respect to the compensation of employee variance are available for further review. And Chair, we have tabled appendices 2A to C, which are employer contribution to pension scheme, CHV payment vouchers that were made, and monthly analysis of compensation of employees and variance reconciliation tables for the same. Thank you, Chair.
Auditor General, you said that there was still some concern.
The concern then was the risk. When you are processing many of the payments outside IPPD system, there is a risk of reintroducing people who are not genuine workers. However, from the verification and from the review we have, the issue has been mitigated, Chair.
But the question is, if you're paying employees, you are either using IPPD or a manual payroll. Now, what we're using for CHVs, this amount that you have isolated of 33.2 million. Because ideally everything should be in IPPD. So I take the explanation around statutory deductions, which the Auditor General has confirmed. But the Department of Health also paid 33.2 million as compensation to CHVs. So if it was not in IPPD, if it was not in a manual payroll, how are you paying it? Were they lining up and taking the cash?
Chair, allow for the Chief Officer in charge of Finance to respond to that.
Thank you, Chair. Yeah, initially, I know because of the amounts, they used to be paid sometimes even through the phone, but later on all these amounts...
So they used to be paid in cash?
Yes.
Because through the phone is cash?
But later on all these payments were uploaded in IPPD. But as His Excellency has noted, right now we've...
No, leave alone right now. We are dealing with the year under review, the year where you got an adverse opinion. Because these are the reasons why you got an adverse opinion. So this 33 million, how was it being paid? Just don't speculate, just state the fact.
Thank you, Chair. As already stated, we used to pay through the phone, but later on uploaded in IPPD. So by the time of the audit, all this information had already been uploaded in the IPPD. But I know the payment was manual, Chair.
So these 1,100 CHVs were paid through the phone? Because we've got 1,119. That is your Appendix 13.
Not all of them through the phone, Chair, but I know some were going through the bank, some through cash. But the issue was it was manual.
How do you know that you paid 1,119? You know, that's the reason why you have systems. How many employees do you have outside the CHVs and ECD teachers? How many employees do you have in Vihiga County?
3,350.
3,350?
Yeah.
Okay, that's quite a huge number. Now you have 1,100 that you're paying in cash. How efficient is that? Because the problem is sometimes you don't know who you are paying.
Yeah, I think that's why I would want the finance people who deal with financial issues to respond to it.
But Chair, before maybe the Chief Officer sense, you know, so have you formalized their recruitment because they are now going to stay there forever?
Chair, can you allow me to respond?
Governor?
Yes, I think she has a very valid question, and I want to agree with you, Honorable Senator, that what you are raising is true. Initially, when we recruited CHVs, they were on temporary terms. But when we realized their value and their work they are doing, we made a policy as a cabinet that they be recruited on a long-term basis. So they are now on a long-term basis, and that's what informed us now to put them on the IPPD system.
Refer to your payment voucher. I think that's Appendix 2. Is that 2B? And tell me, what's the date of that payment voucher?
Chair, the date is 22nd February 2021.
22nd February
2021.
2021. And you are paying arrears for the month of March and April 2021. You are, in February, you are paying arrears for March and April.
No, Chair, that is a typing error. It should be 2020.
Where is the typing error?
On the voucher, the month should be March and April 2020.
Where is that typing error? Because you cannot tell me that a handwritten description of a voucher is an error. Because that then makes the entire voucher null and void. How can you be paying arrears for April in February?
Yes, Chair, as clarified, the payments related to the year 2020. And that's why for the voucher date,
Where is that in the voucher? You have brought this voucher to the Senate as evidence of the payment of CHVs. The voucher is raised in February 2021, paying arrears for March, April 2021. My English, if I recall, arrears, you are paying for a past obligation, not a future commitment. Governor, is this the evidence you're putting before the committee? Is this the evidence upon which you're supposed to make a decision?
Yes, Chair, I think you can see some of the issues I raised earlier in my introductory remarks. That's some of the officers who were in that department, the type of work they were doing, which has led to some of these discrepancies.
Governor, you are the governor in 2021.
Yeah.
You are the governor in 2021.
Yeah.
We were together up to 2017, and we had a very good working relationship up to 2017.
Yeah.
Whatever you did from 2017, I cannot account for.
Yeah.
Whatever you did in Parliament, I can account for,
Yeah.
because I know the work you did. In fact, even the climate space where I am, I know what you have done. In 2021, you're in the county.
Yes.
This one you cannot run away from.
Yeah. Yeah.
You have brought to us a payment voucher paying arrears of March in February. Is this what you want us to take as evidence to support the 33 million that is in contention? Members, I don't know whether I'm the only one who's seeing this, because the officer claims that there's an error, but the description, and Dr. Munywa from Pressure, if that narration is an error, then the entire voucher is not acceptable.
Yeah, does it mean they don't have a printed voucher? Because this is handwritten. And if you look at the other second one also has an issue as far as debts are concerned.
So, Chief Officer, are you a member of ISPAC?
yes, Chair, I'm a member of ISPAC.
What is your membership number?
My membership number is 24296.
24296. 296. Is there any reason why we should not refer you to the professional body for disciplinary action? Because a member of ISPAC cannot make this kind of mistake. You cannot bring a voucher to the Senate paying arrears in the future. Governor, I hope I'm making sense. And we are saying this for you to be able to see the kind of problems that you have and the reason why you got an adverse opinion.
Yes, Chair, I'm in agreement, and that's why I initially said that the financial system management has been a major headache to me to re-crack and make it work. But I think we are now making some progress.
So if you are sitting where I'm sitting, what would you rule?
I would definitely raise what you are raising.
And what will you conclude? What will you recommend?
I would definitely recommend that whoever dealt with this matter has not done his work or her work.
And therefore?
Therefore, if there is any penalty, must be meted to that person.
Governor,
Senator
through
Dulu.
Chair, do you, as a governor, sit with your staff before you come to this meeting to take you through the issues? Because if you have done that, then you should have managed to see the gaps in the report. So have you had any sitting with them? Because that would, one who is a...
Yes, we had a sitting, but this detail, unfortunately, I didn't notice it, but we had a sitting.
Mr. Temba, you want to say something? And you know you have to say it through the governor, because he's the one who's taken oath.
Thank you, Chair. Through His Excellency, I want to note these are issues that were done some time back, and they were errors of omission. So I know there was oversight when somebody was writing that voucher.
Were you in the office then?
I was not in office then.
So how can you say that what happened during that time? Because we have to make a decision. Makosa kama imefanyika, imefanyika. You cannot start giving us narrations.
Yes, Chair, given that I'm the one in office right now, I have now to give that explanation.
Were you in the office then?
No, I was not in the office.
We therefore conclude that the 33 million in question cannot be supported. This was your opportunity to support it, but what you have brought before us has raised more questions than answers. And if you maintain that this is your evidence, then we shall make a decision on the basis of this, because this is cooking, this is forgery. You cannot in February be paying for arrears of April. I mean, that's, even a thief stealing needs some little intelligence. This one is devoid of intelligence, and it's unfortunate that it has come before the Senate. Members, any final observations before we close this? Because I think the contentious issue is 33, which I thought that these appendices were going to explain. Governor, please don't even wait to get back to Vihiga. Even when you go for lunch with your team, you must call out this, unless you're part of the conspiracy. Yeah, because as we have said, we continue to say that we know you, we have worked with you, and we don't expect this to be the fruit of your labor. This is embarrassing. Senator Osotsi?
I want to agree with you. There is a discrepancy on the debts, but maybe through you, the chair, you can direct that because this money was paid through the bank, I think KCB Bank, you can direct that maybe the statements for this particular period be produced to confirm that this payment was made. So that we can reconcile the amount of 33 million.
I don't know where they have indicated that this money was paid through KCB. Where is that indicated? Because
on the schedule. On the schedule.
Because in your narration you said some of it was paid by M-Pesa, some of it was paid by cash.
There is that schedule there, Chair.
Yeah, I think where it starts from, if the payment voucher is invalid, then we do not need to waste time to go into the details, because that's where it starts from. If the payment voucher was proper, then we could query the attached documents. Unless, Auditor General, you want us to send you back to do a verification.
Chair, please allow me also to say that
In the response given on paragraph 2 by the client, they are saying supporting documents together with reconciliation with respect to the compensation of employee variance are available for further review. So I think this is information which is not before this committee. Thank you, Chair.
We have a problem, and I started with this, and I'm being very hard on this because we will see this recurring in other queries. So this one, despite the request by Senator for Vihiga, I think what has messed this is the payment voucher, which has been presented to us, which is clearly anality, the manner in which it has been presented, and we do not take it that this is an error because having been reviewed by several people, I see about 4 signatures on it. I do not think all these people would be stupid to approve a payment voucher with the wrong narration. But I do believe that for them to pay arrears in the future, then there must have been a conspiracy by the people who processed this payment voucher. If this is evidence that you are maintaining supports the 33 million. So I think we leave it for the committee to make a decision, and we shall also cross-reference with what the County Assembly did. I don't want to send the auditor back to audit this because this matter has been outstanding for long.
More radio, 88.2 FM. We are in charge.
We respond to the auditor's observation as follows, Chair.
More radio, 88.2 FM. We are in charge. More radio, 88.2 FM. We are in charge. More radio.